My Lobotomy, a memoir by Howard Dully. In the 1960s, lobotomies were thought to cure mental disorders. A transorbital lobotomy is a lobotomy given through the eye. This technique was discovered by Dr. Walter Freeman. Our main character and author, Howard Dully, was the first child of Rodney Lloyd Dully and June Louise Pierce Dully. He was deeply loved by his mother and was the favorite even over his father. This started off Howard's life full of love and affection. After the death of Howard's mother, June, his father remarried to a woman named Shirley Lucille Harding, who goes by Lou, and constantly persecuted Howard for his harmless pranks around the house. Her own psychotic breakdown would torture and ruin Howard's childhood because of the random hatred towards him that was unprovoked. This specifically highlights the wounds that Howard suffered, transitioning from a caring mother that evokes feelings of nostalgia for him to a mother that he can hardly bear to breathe around because of the violent and unsettling environment she created. After many doctor visits and meetings, Lou and Dr. Walter Freeman decided that 12-year-old Howard needed a lobotomy to cure his so-called mental disorder, which was really just being a rowdy kid. Howard knew nothing about the lobotomy. He thought it was just a normal day. After the lobotomy, he did not know where he was, and he had no memory of that time. Lou and Dr. Freeman's decision to give Howard a lobotomy changed the course of his life completely. Howard's life after the lobotomy was bouncing from mental institution to a handicapped school with infrequent visits from his father. The early freedom from these institutions and loose restrictions encouraged him to live a life of crime, alcohol, and drug abuse so he could fill the void of love and family which had been left empty in his damaged heart. Eventually, the drinking, lack of care for himself, and nomadic lifestyle caught up to him, leading to a heart attack. This near-death experience made him realize actions needed to be taken for his own well-being, and decided to change his life completely. After Howard got out of the mental institutions, he had a family to care for. The mother of his child was about to die, and he almost did too when he suffered a heart attack. This was a turning point for Howard. He had 2 kids to take care of as well as himself. Howard needed to get his life together, and he met a woman named Barbara who helped him do just that. Howard then went to get a college degree and became a school bus driver. This made him helpful to others, and it also helped himself. He finally felt like he was doing something right, but there was something missing. He had so many unanswered questions, and the people who held the answers were dying before he could ask. Subsequent to getting his life together, Howard decides that he needs an explanation as to what he has been subjected to as a child. He wants answers and to know why and how this draconian procedure could have been done to him and what he did wrong to deserve it. So upon his journey of determination to find out, Howard was continually resisted by a couple mental hospitals and specialists when attempting to gain information. Quote, I wrote to hospitals that specialized in brain surgeries. I contacted psychiatric hospitals and institutions. Nobody answered. Nobody was interested. Or if they were, I couldn't find them. Although Howard made many attempts to contact various sources about his condition, it wasn't until he stumbled upon a website called psychosurgery.org, ran by a woman named Christine Johnson. While Howard was searching for answers about his childhood, Christine introduced Howard to a film producer who wanted to do a radio report on Walter Freeman. This broadcast quickly turned from focusing on Dr. Freeman's story to Howard's story. This allowed Howard to finally get the answers about his childhood he was searching for. It also allowed him to get a voice to everyone who had been given a lobotomy. So upon his journey of determination to find out, he stumbles across files and documented reports of his stepmother Lou and Dr. Freeman's sessions with one another. What Lou had to say about Howard in these reports was falsified and untrue in so many ways. The mere lies that Lou projected of her opinion on Howard caused a chain reaction of premeditated events, ultimately leading to the suffering of Howard and his transorbital lobotomy. These terrible things had been done to Howard Dully, but the tragic events throughout his life did not end in catastrophe. His perseverance and personal integrity allowed him to strive on. As Howard ends his memoir, he states, I feel blessed. I feel happy and grateful that I have lived long enough to tell my story.